I'm at House Reservation in West Brookfield, Massachusetts. It's owned by the trustees, and the house is up there somewhere. That's right there. No. Well, I can see it. I can see it with my eyes, but through my phone is getting kind of tough. It's like somewhere over there. The house is inside there. It's weird that I can see it with my eyes, but I can't see it to the phone. That's where it is right there, behind all the trees. But this is House Reservation. That's where the house used to be. Allegedly, he built, the original owner from, I don't know, 200 years ago, supposedly built this pond. But I'm really under the impression that the beavers built this pond. He took credit for it, because I think the beavers have been here forever. I must admit, not seeing the beavers, I was a little bit worried that they took them away, but there's a beaver right there. Of course, now I talked, they got too close, I guess it went away. But again, the beavers are still here. I don't know why. I was really sad to think that, oh, there it is right there. I was really sad to think that the beavers are gone. I mean, the chachis in the tree are gone, but here's a beaver doing whatever beaver does. I'm going to stay here. Is that the beaver? It's going to its spot? No. I'm not going to approach it. I'm going to stay right here. See if it comes out of the water or not. Okay, I guess it's going to stay right there. I'm not paying attention. Right there's the beaver just doing its thing. I'm not going to bother you, beaver. I'm just staying here, just trying to take a picture. I'm going to walk down the trail. I'm going to go away. Sorry to bother you, beaver. I just wanted to see you. I'm glad to see you, beaver. I'm happy to see you. Thank you for all the work in making this pond. I'm not sure if it really cares much about me because I'm not really approaching it. I'm staying way back here on the trail. It's eating its weeds and stuff. There you go. I don't know why I like beavers so much. They're just such wonderful, noble animals. All the work that they do for us, and we just don't appreciate it. Yes, they do cause destruction, but there it goes. Goodbye, beaver. Thank you, beaver. Silly beaver. Okay, let the beaver do its thing. I bothered it enough. Sorry, beaver. There's the cabin. Right there. Now I can see the cabin. Boom. Boom. There we go. Can't even zoom in more. There's the cabin. These structures have been here, of course, you know, it's old structures. It's been sacred to a lot of tribes. And I mean, I guess this used to be like this, their summer home, I believe. And of course they loved it, so they moved in. But now it's owned by the trustees, so everyone can hike here. It's it's like $100 a year, but you get lots. There's like, I don't know, 100 or so places to visit. Don't remember if I've hiked into here. And could you imagine, like, you could build a nice little shack inside here, using the rocks to hold the heat. I don't know how you do it, but, you know, that's human size. I imagine I could walk up there if I really wanted to. I have my hiking sandals on. I'll say it again, these sandals have been better for hiking than any other shoes I've ever owned. It's just good that I'm pretty thin. Here's a piece of blue something. bottle cap. Okay, goes in my pocket. I'm not keeping it to collect. I'm keeping it so I can throw it away. This is where some plants are growing inside here. I could identify them, but I think I just appreciate nature for what it is. I don't need to identify everything. Wow. Wish it was better. Yeah. If I tell my phone to focus better, I can get some really nice video. It really is a nice place. I like visiting here. It's about an hour from my house. Oh, here we go. Here's evidence of the beavers. So the beavers, at least they did something. But yeah, I love this place. I feel good about here. I like coming here. I kind of wish my family would come with me, or somebody would come with me, but sometimes life is about experiencing things by yourself. I don't know. I do like this place though. Again, I just feel good here. I feel calm. I feel relaxed. I'll admit, earlier today I was having anxiety for, how anxiety is. It just comes and goes as it pleases. But I come here and just, anxiety feels like it's impossible. I mean, just these rock formations are so interesting. I didn't want to do that. There we go. And of course, that rock formation. I don't know where the beavers are. I know the beavers are here somewhere. But I love this place. It's really hard to capture all the beauty of this location. So why do I try? So maybe someday I can look back 20, 30 years from now in my old age, in my retirement home. Remember the times when I used to be able to hike whenever I wanted to. Or maybe some people will see this and think to themselves, I'd like to visit someplace like this. Because there are places like this all over the world. And I know we think that, there's just so many people, so many places that are built up with technology and houses and Walmarts and just utter trash and squalor. But that's not always true. If you look, nature's everywhere. It may take some time to get to it, but if you get the right mindset, nature's available for us all. Some of us, unfortunately, are lucky to live in nature all the time, but it's seen as being poor. You gotta live day to day, mouth to mouth, but when you have the right mindset, things just fall into your life. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm just not quite have an idea of all what the reality is. But at least for me, I can find a time and a place to be out in nature. And I very much hope that you have a chance to have a time and a place for you to go in nature. Because there is so many wonders that can't be captured on a cell phone and a camera. I can only give you a fraction of what I see. And again, I'm only giving you a perspective of what I see. The light's off, color's a little bit off. It's just electronic. That's what electronics will show us. But there's so much wonder in the world. I mean, look at this. Here I am walking in nature whenever I want to. Well, within reason, because work and family and opportunities and responsibilities come in the way. But besides that, whenever responsibilities and work don't prevent it, I get to go in nature. I get to walk the paths. I get to come up to a tree, say, I'm sorry they painted you, tree, but you're helping others. You're helping people. You're doing good things. Thank you for that. That's what you got to do. Say thank you to nature, because it's there for you. One of my other hikes, I was wondering, does nature make perfectly square holes or rectangular holes? I think so now. Round is easy, but I guess sometimes woodpeckers make almost rectangular holes. Good to know. Okay, this is to get to Summit Loop. It's getting a little dark, but I think I can make it in reasonable time. Oh, well, no choice. It's not going to get dark for a little while, but I'm going to climb Summit Loop, and then I'm going to run down the and go home. Last time I was at Summit Loop, there were some things hanging from the trees. That's kind of what I want to see, because it's close to Halloween, so... Uh-oh, look at this, an old New England stone wall. Every single stone wall has a story. And if you're lucky and listen quietly, they'll tell you their story. I wish I could capture the awesomeness of this. Yeah, it's a little bit steep, but it's an easy walk. I just hope yeah, I'll be fine. This is a tough. Yeah, it's an easy walk, but again, it's steep, and the trees. Thank you, tree. Your roots have made a nice Both you and your family's roots have made a nice staircase, and I really appreciate that. I think thanking nature helps nature help you. Gratitude is always beneficial, because gratitude leads to more positivity. So if life isn't good enough for you, spread some gratitude out there. Because I'm very gracious for Mother Nature to share her wonder and awe for me. The strangest part about climbing the summit of House Reservation is that there's a farm up here. You can't see it. There it is. There you go. Right there is a silo, and there's a barn. And over there is the house, which you can't see through the trees, but there's a farm up here. Next door. There's a farm next door to House Reservoir, but it's up top of the hill that you have to climb the summit of, which is strange. But probably there's a back road or something to get to the farm. I'm sure it doesn't climb all the way. It's probably a nice gradual climb to get to this location for the farm. And on top of the summit, here's the farm, and here's a barbed wire fence. Maybe for the cows, maybe for sheep, or maybe for people to keep them out of the farmland. But here is like a swamp. I believe there's a lot of water here last time I was here, which is a couple of years ago. But there's the hill way up there. There's a hill up there. The hill, which is just a loop. It's pretty cool. But there's a walkway. So yeah, this is usually water, a lot of water. But I have a walkway. And then I get to walk up that hill, then down the hill, and then I'll post a video. The great thing about the trustees, although this spot is not the greatest, they put benches everywhere. Right there, there's a bench right there. They put benches everywhere to rest. So if you're not, look at that tree. That tree's an old tree. I wonder if I can get to it to thank it. I love trees. The energy from trees, if you can touch a tree, anywhere you are, touch a tree, thank the tree, you can feel the graciousness that you give grace to the tree, and the tree gives graciousness to you for appreciating it. Think about it. Just look at this tree. The years it's been here. And me, here I am. Thank you, tree, for everything you've done, for all the animals you've supported, for all the people who've been able to see, and maybe some of them been able to rest under your branches. Thank you, tree, for everything you've done and everything you are, and all the time you've seen as everything changes, but somehow kind of remains the same. And you've been here watching over us. Thank you, tree. I'm going downhill with all of these pine needles. Just the smell of pine needles is always reminiscent. That might be why I feel so relaxed. Because everywhere I've ever lived or stayed as a child on vacation, my grandparents had a cottage in Duxbury, Massachusetts. But next to it were a bunch of pine trees. So at the Duxbury cottage was surrounded by pine trees, and of course pine trees produce pine needles. It always has that smell, that powerful smell. And we stay in like a little, I don't know what we call it. It's a Quonset hut and a cabin next to it. Used to sleep in that. And of course, in summer, the windows would be open, so you could always smell the strong pine needle smell. And growing up as a child, I lived on land that was surrounded by, again, pine trees, white pine. And of course, I slept in the basement, didn't have air conditioner. And the windows would always be open. And so I guess part of my relaxation, my peace, comes from in smelling pine needles. So smell is a very powerful emotional charge, emotional signal. But here I am hiking and reminiscing, thinking about my childhood. Can't go back, but you can still appreciate the past. Don't live in the past, but appreciate it for what it is. And appreciate yourself for what you've become. And forget about the negativity, all the bad things and abuse that you might have had in the past. Okay, I'm talking to myself. I'm not talking to anyone else. You guys do what you do. But for me, I can forget about all the abuse and remember the fondness, the goodness, the good times I had with good people, good family members, and all the good family members, all the good times were always associated with pine needles. But that's me. You find your powerful smell or visual or your mindset. And I'll continue to hike and be happy. And that might be why I hike a lot, is because getting outside, getting away from everybody. People are my biggest problem. All the animals. I'm not afraid of a bear or an angry deer or a woodchucker. I've heard about squirrels attacking people, but I would never worry about a squirrel or a bear or a deer attacking me, because I always come in gratitude and faith. Maybe I'm just crazy. Here's the cabin. Basically, this is the end of the video. You'll know that because there's not much left time, right? I'm gonna tape together or put together a lot of the video. But here's the cabin. Well, there's no glass in the windows. And here's the view of the lake. What a great place to live a couple hundred years ago. But again, this is the cabin at House Reservation. Beautiful view, beautiful place to hike. We all have opportunities. A little bit of graffiti. People do what they do. But the cabin doesn't care, right? The cabin will be here for a while until it falls apart. Oh, look at this story. Creating the rock house, the mystery of balanced rock. All this is important. And then information about, look at this, wonderful. For I don't know, it was a great hike, great day. Thank you for making this far in the video. I do love it here. House Reservoir, I'll keep saying that, West Brookfield, Massachusetts. This tranquil woodlands is dedicated to William Adams, 1793 to 1872. May all enjoy the peaceful place. Which is nice, having it for everyone to experience. I mean, it's free, but again, I'm a member, so being a member, you kind of help keep it free. The membership also allows you to get more places like this and keep it free for us all. Thank you for joining me on this hike. I'm a little tired. Like it, Hate it. What's next?